Hello, welcome to Cephalofair Fireside Chat with me, Isaac Childres, the creator of Gloomhaven, and your companion for a nice to
evening
Cephalofair
in front
Fireside
of
Chat.
this.
Lovely fake fire that we have here. Um, yeah, I mean, what a first day we've had. It's been quite a wild ride. A little rocky at start. We crashed backer kit there for a while and had to scramble around to update the page for a bit. But I think at the end of the day, we got off to a strong start. We're at over 1 million right now, which is great. Halfway to the funding goal. I mean, you can't complain about that. Somebody's saying we have audio issues. It could be my baby in the background. My baby is crawling around down here. Um, he's very cute. You might get to see him later.
Somebody's
I don't
saying we
know if
have
that's the audio issue or something else is happening. But anyway, yeah. I mean, this is so fireside chats are going to be happening twice a week. Or more by popular demand. We'll see how they go, but we're starting off at twice a week, Tuesdays and Fridays, and it's just a time to just chill out, just hang out, and just talk between me and anybody on Twitch who wants to ask questions and stuff, and just kind of recap what's been going down, and because the project can be stressful at times, especially this first day. So yeah, it's just time to wind down in front of a fire and relax. So I'm just hanging out at home here in the Monterey area of California. Like I said, I've got my baby down here crawling around. He's having a good time playing with his toys. He really likes this fireplace, especially when I set up the fake fire in it. Um, And so he we'll see if he wants to join us later. And so what else is there to recap?
Our first
Yeah.
million.
Like I said, I mean we hit 1 million. So that was pretty fantastic. And I mean that was even with the crash at the start. But so yeah, I think we're off to a good start and it's only gonna go uphill from here. So that's fantastic. And I hope you enjoyed the stream earlier today, where I got together with my old D&D group from high school, and we got to play some of the Gloomhaven RPG. We did some character creation. So yeah, if you're interested in that and you didn't watch it, you can always check that out on Twitch. And yeah, I think we had a pretty good time with it. And yeah, so normally what we'll be doing now that we've done character creation is we'll be dropping weekly episodes of that campaign for at least as long as the backer kit campaign is running. But depending on how it goes, we might just continue rolling that out on Twitch until we actually get to a satisfying conclusion of the campaign. We'll see how it goes. Anything can happen really. So the first episode. So typically those episodes will drop, I think, on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Ross isn't giving me any signals, but I think we agreed on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
But the first episode, after character creation. So we did character creation today, and then we're going to drop the first episode of the actual campaign tomorrow. Just because this weekend we've got a pretty full streaming schedule. So yeah, and we're going to drop that early just so people can see right away how the RPG is played. So yeah, you can look forward to that tomorrow. And we spoiler alert, don't get into combat in the first session. We just kind of hang around town and get up to shenanigans. But there definitely will be combat in future episodes. So you can kind of see how that plays out. We thought it was important, first of all, just to, because combat at the end of the day is very similar to how it plays out in Gloomhaven. So we wanted to more, at least in the initial episode, highlight how non-combat works. So yeah, that's happening, and you can see more of our streaming schedule there down on the page. Yeah, we've got lots of live playthroughs coming, and I don't know, I'm just like super excited for what's coming, because we spent like the last couple weeks traveling around doing various live plays with lots of cool people, and I'm just really looking forward to to releasing those and getting all that in front of people and having them enjoy that as well.
Reddit AMA on Thursday too.
Sorry, Ross is telling me something's happening on Thursday. Can you say that again?
The Reddit AMA.
Oh yes, the Reddit AMA is on Thursday, so that's in 2 days. So that'll be on our board games. Me and Drew and Dennis, the two designers of Gloomhaven Second Edition, will all be doing an AMA together on our board games. The time I think is
I'll put up.
Yeah, not sure about the time. We'll get that in a minute. But yeah, that should be fun. AMAs are always a lot of fun.
9
I love
a.m.
answering
PT.
questions. Sorry?
9 a.m. PT.
9 a.m.?
Yep.
Pacific time. Oh, that's early. Okay. Well, that'll be fine. So 9 a.m. on Thursday, I'll be answering questions. Yeah, so this weekend I told you we've got a packed schedule. We've got some Tabletop Live Network plays of I think Gloomhaven 2.0 and Frosthaven, so that'll be fun. Yeah, I mean there's just a lot of great stuff going on. And my baby is now trying to open the fireplace. He's got it open, so that's exciting. I do just want to reiterate that that's not real fire in there, so he's not going to be burning himself. He's just gonna have a party with the fake fire. Actually, he probably shouldn't go in there though, because it's pretty dirty, and we don't want to get his hands all dirty. Hello. Do you have anything to say to the people? Actually, you probably shouldn't. Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay, yeah. All right, we're gonna step back. All right, we're grabbing the baby. The baby's been grabbed. We're gonna close the. All right. Cool. Yeah, you want to hang out there? That's fine. We're gonna close that back up again. Yeah, you would get pretty sooty. How are your hands doing? Feeling pretty good. All right. Oh yeah, I'd also love to mention that we're gonna be, or that we're at Origins right now. Chris and all the crew is out at Origins right now, demoing 2.0, and the
RPG.
The mic cord, and the RPG. So yeah, if you're out at Origins, love for you to come by and check that out. Yeah, I think it's the first opportunity that we've had for the public to play the RPG. We did do demos of Gloomhaven 2.0 at UK Games Expo. But yeah, this is the first time we've had the RPG available, so that's going to be exciting. I hope it goes well. Alice from Rage Badger Gaming is going to be one of the GMs there, and you might have seen Alice in the video earlier today playing Amathea, I believe was her character's name. Yeah, so that's it. Or I mean, that's not it. But yeah, I can't think of anything else we necessarily need to plug right now, except that my baby's cute and he's still running around. But yeah, why don't we bring Ross on, because we kind of want to talk about just some of the updates that we've been able to make to the page since we launched. There were some problems that we kind of started out with some incorrect pricing and stuff and various things. So I just thought we'd bring Ross on to talk about that and how we fix some things. Just to yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Hello, Ross.
You're here. Am I live? Everyone can hear me and see me?
I can see you and hear you.
Awesome. There we go. Oh my gosh. We're so far away from that June 1st stream. It's It feels like it's a lifetime ago, right? So
Yeah, that was a while ago. I've traveled all over the Pacific Coast since then.
we went after that. We went to LA for a week, and then right to Seattle for a week, and then it's now we're living in Backer Kit land, right? So
Yeah. Yep, this is where we live for the next month
yeah,
on
we're going to
these
be in
little
these boxes.
computer
It's going to be
screens. Yep.
great. Though I'm going to have to figure out some Fireside 2 thing if we're going to do a couple of these, right? So
Yeah, you need to get a fireplace so we can both fireside chat.
yeah, I'll work on it. I think that's very doable, right? It's funny because like you had internet problems the first time, I got internet problems this time, but we're making it work. So it's all good.
Yeah, that's true. My power is currently on, so this is
Yeah, that's good.
definitely a leg up on last time.
But yeah, so this today was a launch
Yeah,
day, and
that's
we
true. My
launched, which has
power
been
is currently.
great. This has been a big build up to this moment, and I think going on a new system and a new platform is always interesting, right? And so the power of the Gloomhaven community
Yeah.
really brought it to BackerKit, and props to their team for working so hard to getting the page back up after just the hug of the Gloomhaven community came in and gave that to the campaign page,
Yeah.
right? So
The explanation we got from BackerKit was something about how they had too many servers. I'm not quite sure how that works, but yeah, they had employed too many servers, and so that caused some problems. But we got it all figured out.
right. Yeah, so we got up and running, and we just hit our first million about 20 minutes ago. So
Yeah.
really exciting on that, and it's great to see everybody kind of getting in and checking out what the campaign's going to be all about. This it's going to be interesting, right? Because going on a platform that is a first time front facing thing for this, and we've really filled the page up with a lot of stuff to check out, right? So there's going to be, even with the updates for Gloomhaven Second Edition and the role playing game and the miniatures and Frosthaven, there's a lot to explore. And I think one of the things I'm looking forward to is kind of bringing out a lot of those hidden treasures that we have on the page and seeing how we can best showcase that so people can find out what's been happening really too. So I know
Yeah.
there's some things that's like, oh, it's in there, and it's like, and it's, oh, we need to shout it to the world. It's like, well, here we are, right? We're going to get on that. And so like I think one of the first big things that you've been talking about for a while, but it got shown off on the page today, is the Frosthaven booklet, right?
Yeah. So yeah, we've got, obviously we have Frosthaven second printing um, available for purchase, but then we also have the what we call the play surface books, which are the books that you can just set up on the table and play on, um, just like in Jaws of the Lion. And so yeah, we've been working on those for quite some time for Frosthaven, and so yeah, we're about close to finishing those up, and so they should be ready to ship with the second printing of Frosthaven. So and that is an add-on that you can grab here in this campaign. So you can order Frosthaven, or if you already have Frosthaven, you don't need to order Frosthaven. You can just get those books, and they will be arriving to you within a couple months, few
Which is really,
months.
that's pretty exciting. I know we've been seeing a lot of chatter for that, so that's going to be
Yeah,
pretty
I
neat.
mean that's like, yeah, the number one, not maybe not the number one, but it's a very very popular request, right? Is I want to play Frosthaven and Gloomhaven the same way that I play Jaws of the Lion, which I think is perfectly reasonable. Um, and so yeah, we wanted to make those available, and we will also be doing that for Gloomhaven second edition. But we have not been working on those yet because we wanted to finish Gloomhaven second edition first, and so that will not be part of this campaign, but we will definitely be offering that down the road
Right.
as well.
Which is cool. Yeah, that'll be on there as well. And then I think one of the other big updates we did was we cleaned up a lot of the add-ons that people were having some questions about. So
Yeah.
there was some stuff with folded space and with foreteller and a couple other items that were a little bit confusing, and we've done our best to help make sure those are cleaned up. So if anybody has any questions about that, of course, you can hop into the community chat section of the BackerKit page. But we should be all pretty lined up on those, making sense. And if not, then just let us know.
Yeah.
We're listening, and we're happy to adjust and go along. Being on backer kit allows us to have a lot of flexibility, so we can make sure that everybody knows what they're backing for, what they're going, and we're really glad to have the folded space editions and the foreteller narrative app. Both have been great contributors and partners for us here at Cephalofair, and we're really excited to be a part of that. I mean, you're gonna hear more from them too. We're getting them lined up, of course. They're going to be on Gloomhaven TV, so they'll be on a panel sometime during the campaign, and then come on and show off what they've been working on and talking with them and doing all of that. So that's going to be really fun as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the thing to remember is that, well, I mean, first of all, like, this is just a giant campaign, right? There's so much stuff that we have going on. And I mean, it's just inevitable that we might make like minor mistakes on the page. And so, yeah, if anything's not making sense, if anything's not lining up, obviously it's not malicious. Just let us know if you see something that you think might be improved, and we're here to listen and fix things as they come up. So just let us know. Just keep that communication open, and we're happy to help.
Yeah, I think one of the really good things about that too is through that community section, it's not just a giant scroll for chat. So if you've got a question, just post it up there, and we can respond
Yeah.
and do our best to get to that, which will be really helpful. So Um, yeah. And then we also, there was another big thing today. We had a lot of folk from a bunch of different countries that were asking about, hey, what about my country for shipping and things like that. So we got our team working on it, and they've been able to update a lot of the shipping section and a lot of the, uh, uh, you know, some of the taxes and everything there. So we've got a lot more stuff figured out for a lot of countries that were not included. We'll probably have a list of that go up in a later update. But if your
Yeah.
country wasn't included on there and you had questions, go look at the new shipping tablet in the new table for all those things there. And that should be a much better representation of what's going on. It's amazing how many people want to be a part of this. So we want to make sure that we can offer that as well.
Yeah. Um, anything else?
I think for the general updates section, that's about what we've got going on. Some things I do want to shout out day one on this campaign is take a moment to go explore and go look. We wanted
Yeah.
to do our best so that the page wasn't one giant just scroll, scroll, scroll. So obviously use the storyboard section on the side of the backer kit page, and you can check out the different games and do everything there. But on some of the other pages you can go look on, we've got larger breakdowns of gameplay, of character previews, of gameplay sequences, of those things that are on some of the pledge pages. So when you click through to Gloomhaven Second Edition or Deluxe Edition or RPG, we have a lot more layout on there, which is going to be really cool. And I think you kind of want to go explore the city and do that kind of stuff. Uh, Isaac, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we've got, yeah, it's not just, yeah, the single page. We've got the the space to have multiple pages for each, for so breakdowns on each of our big pledges and all of that. So yeah, just look around, and yeah, like I said, like, I'm just excited for the huge amount of streams that we've got um launching. So yeah, just always check back, and you'll always find something new and a new video to watch. Yeah, one other thing to plug is that we are going to be doing puzzles again, which I'm excited about. So they won't be every day, and so we don't have one up today, but we're going to be basically posting them every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So starting tomorrow, there'll be a puzzle up. If you remember those from Frosthaven, essentially it's just a very small scenario where the goal is usually like to kill monsters or perform some objective in like a specific number of rounds, and you're using one character, and you've got just like a small handful of cards. So it really is more of like a puzzle of like, okay, yeah, I got to use these two cards, and then these two cards, and then rest, and then use those two cards, and that'll get it done. And so yeah, look forward to those. I'm really excited about diving into that as well.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. I haven't seen those yet either, so I'm looking forward to seeing if I can test it out and make it happen. Right. So. Uh, Yeah,
Yeah.
and then some other stuff too I want to bring up is that you already mentioned it, but we are going to be at Origins this week.
Yeah.
So if you want to get a chance to play Gloomhaven 2.0 or check out the RPG, be sure to go check that out. Also, we've been dropping character previews. So Drew and Dennis, two of the lead developers and designers for Gloomhaven Second Edition, have been dropping character previews for on Board Game Geek in the Gloomhaven Second Edition page. So be sure to go check those out, and we'll have more updates, of course, for character and class previews and stuff like that. But if you want to go explore more, of course, you can go on the Board Game Geek page and check out what's been going on there. And then for the streams, I know I'm kind of jumping around, but like we've got a lot of cool stuff planned. And so we're going to bring on more of the team to show off what they've been working on, working with some cool partners, doing those things there. So yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe answer some questions in
Yeah,
the
we can
chat for
definitely
a
do that.
bit and then call it good.
Yeah, I think it sounds great.
Yeah,
Let me
what do we
scroll through the
got
chat
here?
here.
So yeah, let's see.
Okay.
Judge Guide 3 is asking about demo mods for the RPG, like on TTS. So yeah, I mean we do have like a private mod that we're using for playtesting. I would just say like in the development process, like we're just not quite ready enough to like make the entire rule set public for like the full scrutiny of the public. And so we definitely, once that is ready, we will definitely be having those options available, possibly through other VTTs as well. But it's probably not going to happen like during the campaign. But we definitely want to make that available as soon as we can.
And there's a question about here's a good one. I think we've kind of touched on it a little bit, but is where'd it go? Are the contents of Envelope X going to be included in Gloomhaven Second Edition?
Yes. So yeah, and I think that had already been answered previously as well by some of the community members. But yeah, like the rewards that you get for completing Envelope X are going to be in the box themselves, or in the box itself. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, we changed Scoundrel to Silent Knife, and yeah. Well, I mean, how much can I go into that? I mean, it wasn't like a huge thing, but it was just since, well, what can I say? We wanted to sort of have like the canonical uh, character of that type be a black woman. And we thought that was important to have that representation in the game. So it's not just all white humans running around, that we've got some diversity there. And we just didn't feel it felt real, didn't feel real great to like call the one black character in the game a scoundrel, which is, kind of synonymous with just being an outlaw or a criminal. So yeah, we decided to make that change to a more thematic name. I think also, I don't know, I just like Silent Knife better than Scoundrel. Scoundrel feels like a little I don't know, generic. And so yeah, I'm happy with that name change. And that was kind of the reasoning behind it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think I explained that previously. But yeah, just bruiser, or brutes can be used or has been used in the past, right, to put down like specific ethnic groups as just being like stupid and just only used for like their physical attributes. And there, it's just like, it's a bit of like a, I don't know, negative buzzword for some people, and so we just felt it better just to change it slightly. We just changed the second half of it to something that felt just like a little more appropriate and less offensive to certain people.
Yeah, there's a lot of good questions too going on. So, yeah, I'm. Is there a way for people to get the Frosthaven scenario books? I think they got to back Frosthaven for that, right? Like that's the.
No, yeah. So the books themselves are just, if they're talking about the play surface books, right? That's just a separate add-on. So any add-on that you want to get, like you can just back for $1, right? So pick the dollar pledge level,
Right.
and then that'll give you access to the add-ons menu, and you can just grab whatever add-ons you want without having to pledge for anything you don't want. Oh,
We'll have a large update on that, Ruel. So it'll be good.
yeah. Well, I mean, the foreteller
Mhm.
narration is part of the pledges. So I mean, you are getting that in this campaign.
We'll have a large
But it
update on
is
that, Ruel.
different from Gloomhaven 1, right? I mean, the story for Gloomhaven 2 was significantly rewritten. So yeah, you can't just use the old version when playing the new version if you
Right.
want that narration.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Awesome. That's a
What
good.
project are you
Yeah.
most excited to get in our hands? I mean, I personally have been working quite a lot on the RPG, and I think it's coming along pretty nicely. So I think it's going to be a fun system for people, especially like fans of Gloomhaven, who just want to just like do more role playing in that world and not kind of be tied to like the strict mechanics of the combat. And I think we've done a pretty great job of that so far, and we're still like in playtesting and development, and so yeah, I'm excited for that to get out in the world and people to just kind of make their own adventures in the Gloomhaven world.
Yeah, I was. I'm looking forward to people seeing the gameplays that we did. Having watched, 3 of them now, it was pretty fun to see how that all expanded out. So it should be cool.
Yeah, all of those were very enjoyable, just even to watch from
Oh
the
yeah.
sidelines. So I'm yeah excited for people to get to see those. Uh, Yes, in some respects. I mean, so like, yeah, you're talking about like VTTs and stuff like that. We are still in talks with various groups, and so you can probably, yeah, you can look forward to future announcements about some third party support in future and uh,
Yeah, that's
later
the
on in the
plan.
campaign.
Yep, that's the hope. Should be good. Um, gosh. Oh man. So, will there be another campaign for the miniatures of Gloomhaven? I mean, we've got all the miniatures right now, pretty much for Gloomhaven. So let's start on this one here, right?
Yeah,
So,
we've covered all the miniatures you could possibly want. But also like, after this campaign, we have a lot of retailer support, which we're very thankful for. We've got a lot of retailer backers, and they will be stocked with miniatures. And then also after that, we'll also be sending the miniatures out into wider distribution. So even if you don't grab them now, they will be available in brick and mortar stores
yep.
once they're released. The prices may be higher than they are now, but they'll still be available.
Oh yeah. Awesome. Look at all these questions going on. Let's do a couple more, and then we can kind of call it. I think that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, somebody's
And
asking about the big one and whether it includes the Gloomhaven mercenaries, and it doesn't. So, I mean, well, okay, actually, it does indirectly, right? Because the
right.
Gloomhaven mercenaries set is an updated set of minis for the mercenaries in Gloomhaven, which is going to be included in the Gloomhaven Second Edition box, right? So part of the updates of Gloomhaven Second Edition is we're redoing all the miniatures as well. So yeah, if you get the big one, that those miniatures will be in your Gloomhaven 2 box. So you don't need to buy that separately in addition to it because you will get it. And so that's why we didn't include it in kind of the all-in miniatures
Because you're
pledge,
already
is
getting it.
because that miniatures pledge is really just for miniatures that you can't get anywhere else, and you can get the mercenaries in the normal board game.
It's a lot of minis.
And I have seen a number of questions about a boss only miniature set. So that is something that we can think about. Yeah, we're certainly open to suggestions if enough people ask for it. And I can kind of understand the mentality there. It's just a matter of like production and all of that, right? Because like making all these molds for like 600 miniatures is a very complicated process, and then splitting them off into different SKUs. So like on the back ends, yeah, it can get very complicated, kind of the more we split it up into separate things. But we can look into it for sure.
Cool. I think it's probably a good place to wrap it up for today. The questions are rolling in, but we're going to be doing more of these too. So
Yeah.
Which is going to be awesome.
Yeah, let's bring it back to the fireplace, and
Yeah,
I'll close it out. But thank you,
I'll
Ross,
yeah,
for jumping in to answer questions. Always a big help. Ross is a rock star.
oh, I'm glad to be part of it. Have fun, guys.
We're glad that Ross is a part of it too. Yeah, so that's gonna end it for this fireside chat. Like I said, we're going to be doing these 2 times a week, so you can catch the next fireside chat on Friday at the same time at 4 Pacific. And yeah, just we'll always just be here chilling out, having a good time, and just watching that number go up. It's always fun. And so yeah, I mean, we talked about a lot of stuff here. I'm not gonna rehash it all, but just look out for streams, look out for puzzles, explore the page, just have a good time. And we'll see you tomorrow for the first steps in the what I was calling the old school Gloomhaven RPG campaign, where I play with my old D&D group from high school. So yeah, check that out tomorrow, and I'll see you next time at the fireside.